Jim Holley, Supercross Live on supercrossonline.com. Well, this is the JGR Yamaha Muscle Milk Toyota bike. This is the mechanic for Davi Millsaps, Alex Ewing. Today in San Diego, it's going to be a mudder. You guys do a lot of different things, and one thing that I noticed is you changed the airbox. You took a lot of the holes out of there.
Yeah, normally this is what the airbox would look like with holes drilled in it, and also the front has big holes in it for air. We swap airboxes to a closed airbox and shrouds to shrouds with no holes.
Something else I noticed, the intake, you know, into the radiators, you guys put foam on there also.
Yeah, yep, that's so the radiators don't get blocked up with mud.
Something else that you do at a mud race, you put a lot of foam all over, you know, so mud doesn't pack in with the brake, the shifter, this and that. But something else I noticed is a disc. You guys run a lot of, they're solid, there's no holes in there, and why is that? I mean, I know why it is, but these guys don't know.
It's so the brakes actually will work the whole race.
Do you have a problem with that? I mean, like some of the guys I see, some of the guys don't have this. Some of the privateer teams, you know, don't have these rotors.
Sometimes it's a problem, sometimes it's not. It's better if you have them, obviously, to use them, but if you don't have them, you don't have them. If you have them, it's obviously better to use them.
And what about the chains? I know normally, you know, you have a little bit of slack, maybe 40 millimeters of slack. Would you loosen it up because of the fact that maybe the mud's going to get in there and tighten it up, and you definitely don't want to have too tight of a chain, harder on the gearbox, things happen? Yeah,
definitely. We're about 8 millimeters looser than what we normally would run for normal conditions.
And sag, what about sag? I mean, would you stiffen up the sag a little bit because of the fact that you're trying to compensate for extra weight on the motorcycle?
Depending on what the conditions are, yeah. We're going to start with our normal setup for Davey and see how first practice goes, and then we'll make changes from there.
Yeah, and it all depends on that mud that he's talking about, Alex, is that if it's a wet course, the mud it's just watery, it doesn't really add no much weight, but if it's a clay and it's a sticky mud, this thing can weigh anywhere from 40 to 50 pounds heavier. Well, it'd be interesting to see tonight what happens and what kind of conditions we have here in San Diego.